This is Michael Cassidy. I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about training for your barber license. Okay, what you want to do is you want to find the best school that you can find, somebody that's training the kind of haircuts you want to do. Don't go somewhere where they're teaching you about perms and hair coloring if you want to do haircuts, and just they kind of bypass the haircutting business just a little bit there. You need to learn how to use clippers if you want to be a barber, and a lot of times they just teach you just the basics with shears, and you need to be training with clippers. And you need to be somewhere where you can be trained. Go and watch, look at the different schools, or either find you a master hair care specialist barber. I know in South Carolina you can do this. I think a lot of other states you can too. I know in South Carolina you can go right in the barber shop with a trained instructor that is a master or a barber or a master hair care specialist barber. If he's a master hair care specialist barber, he can teach you hair coloring, perms, whatever in South Carolina. You don't have to do whatever you want to do. If you just want to do cuts, you do cuts. If you go to a regular barber, if he's a regular barber, he can train you hair cutting only. So if he's got an instructor's license, he can take you in that shop and he can work with you and train you. 1,920 hours at least is what it used to be. I think it's close to that now. If you go to a regular school, it's going to take you 1,500 and some odd hours. I'm not sure. You're going to get out like in 9 months compared to 12 months. 9 months in the school. Probably going to cost you $4, $5, $6, $8, $10, $15,000 to go to a school. You might be able to find a barber to train you, somebody that needs some help. And really you're going to get probably more training in the barber shop than you do in that school, because they probably got 50 students or 40 or 30 students. You might not get the same amount of training at the school. Of course they do know what they're doing also, but you study the book, I think an hour a morning, each morning. You study that book, and you study that state board review book, the one that you take that's multiple choice. If you study that book, you will be able to pass the test. Study your big book, or study the 3 different books that you have. You have one that you take the daily course, your training, you go through, and it's a workbook. And you have the regular big book, My Ladies, I think the most is what they use, standard textbook. And you study that book, and you just like you were at school. You're actually training in that shop. If that fellow wants to give you money, I think he can. I don't know what they can do exactly, but I don't know that you can make a lot of money while you're training. But really, if you get your training, that's worth a lot to you. I think you work 1 year in the shop and train. Go take your state board. I think you go take the written test first, pass it, then they set you up a date to take the other training. I know that I think around 2015, I think South Carolina, you're going to actually have to go in there and do a shave with a razor. You've got the different moves with a razor. You study those. You practice. If you practice it, you'll have no problem with it. You study it you need to practice that every day that you're in the barber training. That's one of the hardest things you have to do. And I think you have to do a faded hairline, faded man's haircut, graduating up to 1 inch or 2 on top. It'll be scissors on top and faded into a fade at the bottom, which is not that easy. It's not that hard, but if you practice it, you'll have no problem with it. But you'll need to practice that. And but if you'll take that state board review book, I think the last one, the 3rd book, which has the multiple choice questions in it, has, and you can go online also and take some different tests that let you know if you're ready to go take this test and can pass it. If you can pass the ones online, you can go down there and pass the test. It'll be different, but you can pass that test. If you can pass the little multiple choice, I think it's got 4 different answers and one of them's correct. And I think some of the questions are, I think there's 1 or either 2 sets of questions that is 2 answers are correct. So I'm not sure they used to do that, so it's like a trick type thing. But if you got 2 answers that are correct, you can use those. And but study your book, know what you're doing before you go. Practice it where you won't be afraid when you get there, nervous. No matter how nervous you are, if you practiced, you'll be able to go through with it and do it because you know what you're doing. But if you're not practiced up, you have to know what you're doing when you get there. But I'd say for anybody that wants to go into the barber business, go into it, because I really enjoyed the barber business. I've been cutting hair since 1980. I cut hair before that. I was at home, just a little young guy. I cut my father's hair and different friends. I always had a passion for cutting hair and really enjoyed it. And if you got a passion for your work, You know, I told somebody, if you wouldn't marry a woman unless you were passionate about it, would you? Same way with a business or a job. You need to be passionate about that job. If you're passionate about it, you'll do good at it. Just like, you know, I've got this car business over here, car lot. I can probably make a lot more money selling cars. But I enjoy what I'm doing, and I still make good money. Matter of fact, we make money with the car lot also too. And not as much if I was over there running it myself and get to pay people and everything. But if you really enjoy what you're doing, you'll be successful at it. And you can make good money. If you're in a big town you could charge more money. Of course, it would cost you more to live. I know the head man over the Barber in Columbia, South Carolina. He's like $20 a cut, and he stays pretty busy. And but you know, $10 or $12, $15 is a good price for a cut. Give the people the money's worth. They'll be back. Be friendly to them. Do a good job. Be courteous to them. Don't do like the fellow was the other day when I went to get a chromer. I mean, I was trying to show him my video to let him look at the chrome my parts. And I was trying to tell him how to find it, but what happened, it hadn't come up on the search results. It hadn't come up on the search engines. And I was in vain trying to teach him, tell him how to get over there. And he was real rude to me, and pretty soon I said, well, sir, I don't think I want to do business with you with your attitude. And I hung up because I couldn't please him. I don't know what his problem was, but you can't have a rude attitude no matter how much money you got in your pocket. You may need that money one day. You don't know how the economy is going to be in the future. I know around here, a lot of the restaurants and stuff used to open Monday and Tuesday, Wednesdays. They quit doing that, the buffet type deals, because they're not making the business. And you know, I notice that maybe Monday's a little slower for me. But most every day, I probably mostly cut 100 heads, close to 100 heads a week. Used to be when I was a little close town, it was over 100 every week because I was so close. But be a little further out here, it's hard to keep momentum. But around 90 or 100 heads a week, and which is good. I don't want to be too busy. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. And pretty much, you cut 90 or 100 heads, you got to work during lunch. So that's what's kind of you up against in business. So if you're friendly towards people, you'll have a business, and you'll do real good in this business. But study your book. Don't think you can go down without studying that book and pass the test. Well, I can cut here, I can go take that test. No, you got to study that book. If you study that book, you'll know what you're doing. And be prepared. I think in 2000, I think they said 2015 or 14, that they're going to be doing the razor. You'll have to actually do a razor shave to pass that state board. It's not going to be a malt shave. Now you do a malt shave. You go through the movements. I think it's 14 movements. I think it is. It changed, but anyway, you've got to know what you're doing when you get over there. To be successful in this business, stay with it, do a good job. Go into it. If I had a fellow to ask me a question, is it worthwhile going in? I say, yes it is. Go with your passion, and you'll be okay. And you realize that the barber business is $1 billion. A haircutting business is $1 billion. I don't know how much money. Lots of money. It's a big, humongous industry because everybody needs a haircut. Everybody needs a hair service sometime or another. So go with it. You'll enjoy it. You'll love it. You'll make a good living doing it. I'm Michael Cassidy. If you enjoy our channel, please subscribe to our channel. You'll hear some music. You'll see haircutting videos. I'll probably go around to some old businesses and stuff and let you look at them. I just enjoy using the camera and video on these things, and people are real grateful to you when you come around and video, and they maybe didn't have a video. And I know the place over in Bennisfield, they've been real nice. I think we had over 140 something visits to our channel for their breeding's business over there. They were real interesting place. So I'm going to probably go back over there now, interview them again with the camera. But thanks for coming to our channel. I'm Michael Cassidy. Thank you so much for watching.